you're fed up. The US feels like a full-time job with no benefits and daily discrimination. Between police brutality, student loans, and Karens in the wild, you're like, I'm out, passport ready, I'm moving to paradise. And you're not alone. More and more Black Americans are Googling best countries for Black people like it's the only way out. But here's what they're not telling you in those tropical TikToks and aesthetic YouTube vlogs. You might just be trading one kind of racism for another, and worse, one you're not ready for. Let's get into the ugly truth about what really happens when you're Black and foreign. Part 1. The Great Escape Fantasy. You've had the fantasy. Fresh start, fresh fruit, ocean views, no cops, no MAGA hats, no more "you speak so well" comments at work. You imagine yourself sipping wine in Paris, meditating in Bali, or running a beach bar in Ghana with a coconut in one hand and a $20 massage in the other. But here's what actually happens. You land, everything smells weird, you can't read the signs, and you realize real quick you're not just Black anymore. You're Black and foreign. And that combo? Let's just say it doesn't come with a welcome basket. Part 2. France, where racism is unspoken but ubiquitous. France loves to act like racism doesn't exist. They're colorblind, remember? So colorblind, they literally don't collect racial data in their national census, because acknowledging race is divisive. But let me tell you what is divisive. Black people are 20x more likely to be stopped by French police. The death of Adama Traore, a 24-year-old Black man killed in custody, sparked national protests. Afro-French folks constantly report housing, employment, and banking discrimination. And if you're Black and American, oh, they love your culture, jazz, hip-hop, fashion. But they don't love you. You're exotic. Until you ask for equity. They say they don't see color, you say bonjour. They say apartments already rented. Part 3. China, where you're a curiosity than a problem. In China, being Black is like being on a reality show 24/7. At first, it's all fun and fascination. People take pictures of you on the subway. Kids giggle and call you Kuro, Black. You're thinking, okay, this is cute. And then it isn't. In 2020, Africans were kicked out of their homes, banned from restaurants, and targeted during the COVID panic. One McDonald's in Guangzhou had a sign that read, "Black people are not allowed to enter." No, this is not from 1950 Mississippi. This is 21st century China. Even outside of crisis, Black expats report job discrimination, difficulty securing housing, and harassment in public spaces. You came to teach English, now you're teaching yourself how to say "I'm not a virus" in Mandarin. Part 4. Brazil. The most Black, outside of Africa, and still not safe. Brazil has the second largest Black population in the world, behind Nigeria. You'd think it's paradise, right? Well, check this. In 2021, 77% of homicide victims in Brazil were Black. Brazilian Forum on Public Safety. Black Brazilians earn 44% less than their white peers. Police violence? Let's just say Rio favelas are practically war zones. And it's usually Black folks getting shot. And if you're a Black American, you'll be seen as either a celebrity, a scammer, or a walking ATM. Everyone's friendly, but suddenly things cost double for you. Welcome to the foreigner tax. Brazil will love your rhythm, but not your rights. Part 5. Japan. Polite exclusion is still exclusion. Japan is respectful, clean, efficient, and absolutely obsessed with manners. Sounds peaceful, right? Until you realize their version of racism is so subtle, it almost feels like you're imagining it. But you're not. Landlords often refuse to rent to foreigners. And they're allowed to. Black residents report being stared at, avoided, or treated like walking billboards. Some schools and jobs prefer white foreigners for English teaching jobs, even if their English is busted. It's not open hostility, it's this cold, distant, "you're not one of us" energy. And after a few months, it wears you down. You'll bow, they'll smile, you'll apply, they'll ghost you. Part 6. United Kingdom. Racism with an accent and a smile. Let's talk about Britain, the OG colonizer, the land of tea, crumpets, and coded racism. You might think it's like America, but nicer. Don't fall for it. Black Britons are more likely to live in poverty, face discrimination in education, and be stopped by police. Meghan Markle was dragged through every British tabloid just for existing. Urban is still a euphemism for too black. Racism here is polished. They won't yell at you, they'll just say, "You're not a good cultural fit." In the US, they'll tell you they hate you. In the UK, they'll invite you to tea and exclude you from the will. Part 7. South Africa. Beautiful scenery, brutal divide. South Africa is often painted as a cultural and ancestral haven. But here's the truth. Post-apartheid inequality still runs deep. White South Africans hold most of the wealth, despite being less than 10% of the population. Black South Africans often view African Americans as privileged outsiders, not brothers. Expats report high levels of cultural misunderstanding, scams, and even xenophobia in some cases. You may feel closer to your roots, but that doesn't guarantee respect. You'll love the land, but you might struggle to love how you're treated in it. Part 8. Other hotspots. The "they love us here" myth. Let's go rapid fire. Bali, you're not allowed to own land. The influencer bubble is popping. Thailand, you'll be loved until you try to challenge the system. Portugal, still dealing with colonial ghosts and gentrification tension. Well, Germany, better than some places, but neo-Nazis still march in the open. Wherever you go, being black and foreign means starting over, from scratch. New language, new cultural codes, new stares. If racism were an Olympic sport, trust me, it's a global competition. Part 9. Isolation, culture shock, and mental toll. Let's be real. Even if you dodge discrimination, you can't dodge loneliness. You miss cookouts, church hugs, aunties who overseason everything. You miss being understood without explanation. Many black expats report feeling culturally invisible abroad. Others return home because the emotional weight was too heavy, even if the beaches were beautiful. And when racism does happen, there's no NAACP, no black Twitter, no protest culture. You're on your own. The sunset is pretty, but therapy is in another language. Part 10. The US. Still a battlefield, still yours. Here's the truth. Yes, America is exhausting. Yes, the system is broken. Yes, we've got work to do. But here's what else is true. You have a community that gets you. You have legal protections you can fight for. You have culture, history, and resilience. You are not a visitor, you are the author of the culture. Abroad, you're tolerated. In America, you're the blueprint. Leaving America doesn't guarantee peace, but knowing your worth and fighting for it might. So, should you leave? That's your call. Just don't do it thinking racism is a strictly American export. If you go informed, go aware. Don't romanticize. Prepare. Because no matter where you go, you bring your blackness with you, and the world still hasn't learned how to love that the way it should.